What's good, everybody? Hey, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I kind of put it off because I've been trying to work with this editing equipment so I can make things look a lot more professional. So please forgive me for this not looking as professional as it could be. I was inspired to do this video today by two passengers that I had today while doing Uber who came in to visit from Atlanta. They're doing a convention, a business convention here. And their names are going to be the names for this video, which is Andrea and the camper. Uh, don't question it. You know, you had to be there. But anyway, we talked about things to do in Philly. And we talked about food. They want to know where they can go eat and everything. Now, of course, they're downtown, so there's plenty of places to go to downtown. So to name one area would be a disservice. Like I tell a lot of people when they go, when they come into the city, you know, walk around, explore. There's a lot of places out there, many different types of cultures in these restaurants. So if you're hungry, you're going to find a place to go to. But if you want to like a one-stop shop, then I would suggest going to Reading Terminal, okay, which is downtown, also on I believe 12th and Filbert. You can go down there and it's an indoor market. They got all kinds of stores in there. So you'll definitely find something you want. And you may want to hit it a couple of times if you can for different stores. But anyway, I told them that I consider myself to be a cheesesteak connoisseur. Okay, cheesesteaks are big with me. Okay, I've been in the city all my life. I mean, I've traveled, you know, outside the city. I was stationed in the military for a long time, you know, so I traveled the world. But I remember one time I went to San Francisco. This was on my second tour. And there was a store there called Philly Cheesesteak. And allegedly it was the guy who owned it was from Philly. But anyway, I go inside because I'm excited. You know, I'm back in the States because I was in Japan before then on my first hitch. And so when I came back, I found a place allegedly that was a little taste of home. So I go inside the store. I ordered me a cheesesteak just like I would order it right here in Philadelphia. And it didn't even look like a cheesesteak. Not from Philly anyway. And I'm going to show you in a second what one looks like. But let me actually start opening this one here. But anyway, the cheese was all burnt up on the side of the roll. It wasn't much meat inside at all. They had big old peppers in it. You know, something like you would make at home, basically. You know, if you got yourself some steakums or something and made it at home. But anyway, I tasted everything and it was okay. I mean, it did the job. But it wasn't delicious. It wasn't what I would call a real Philly cheesesteak. And I told the guy that. Well, I told the person at the register, and the guy came out and said, I'm from Philly. I'm from South Philly, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you may be from South Philly, but this is not a Philly cheesesteak. You're gypping the people when it comes down to that. They're getting a steak sandwich. That's what they're getting, but they're not getting the Philly cheesesteak sandwich. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. And if you ever come to Philly, look me up, okay? I'll have my email address posted at the bottom as well. But actually, I'll just say it right now. It's Dough Stack Records, the #1 at gmail.com. Hit me up. Just put in the subject Uber, so I'll know that it's pertaining to the YouTube that I'm doing right now. Or even put Mike Around the Town in there. But anyway, if you come to town, let me know. I'll hook you up. I'll come pick you up and take you to any one of these cheesesteak places I'm telling you about in these videos. You choose. No big deal. This one here is a Gooey Louie cheesesteak. Gooey Louie is located in South Philly, right off of 2nd and more Mincing in a plaza. I forgot the name of the plaza, but you wouldn't even, you can look up Gooey Louie's in Google Maps and they'll tell you how to get there. But if you drove past it, you would never know there was a sandwich shop inside there. Everything in there is like I think it's like one bank. It's a small plaza, but it has like one bank and a bunch of lawyer offices and dental offices there. so you wouldn't even think that there's a cheesesteak place or any type of hoagie spot, anything like that in there. Gooey Louie's makes cheesesteaks and hoagies, little deli sandwiches. They do deli meats and stuff like that there. Sodas, popcorn, candy, all that stuff. But anyway, and they only do cash only, so you can't use debit cards. But anyway, I didn't get a napkin. But anyway, I'm going to show you what this steak looks like. Now, this is a small mushroom cheese steak. Okay, let me just give you a little look here. Look-see at it. Okay, small cheese steak. There you go. There you go. Let me hold it up a little bit for you. That might be a little bit better. There we go. There you go. All right, let's get it from the top angle here if we can. There you go. That's a small. They do have a large, but that's a small. I always tell people all the time when I tell them about going to these cheesesteaks, because one thing all these cheesesteak stores I'm going to talk about in other videos, actually all of them make very large cheesesteaks. So if you're not really hungry, or maybe if you want to split one with somebody, I would recommend doing so because you're going to have something left over. If you eat it now, right now it's about 1 o'clock. If you eat it now, you probably won't need anything to eat tonight after you finish eating. Well, this one here you might, but the large one, you're pretty much good. Unless you're like a really, really big eater, you're not going to want anything. That's going to do you for the rest of the day, pretty much. You might eat a little snack or something, but that's about it. You don't need a whole meal, at that point. But anyway, let me just take a piece off here. There you have it. That's a piece of it, okay? This has mushrooms, fried onions with salt, pepper, ketchup, and mayonnaise. Now, some people say, why would you get mayonnaise on it and you already got ketchup on it? Here's why. The mayonnaise, along with the ketchup, some people even put mustard on it. It gives it a much more tangier taste. It's a sweet taste. If you ever had any dipping sauce, like some people call it bang bang sauce, stuff like that, that's pretty much what it is. Mayo and hot sauce and ketchup and other little things inside of it that gives the chicken or whatever it is that you have a bang, if you will. That's what it does here with the cheesesteak anyway. But let's go have a taste. Don't have your mama around, you might smack her. That is wonderful. To me, I have to say, and I'll say it over and over again, this is the best cheesesteak. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. Nope, I need to wait for the camera. Might just move the camera. There you go. This is the best cheesesteak I've ever had. Not to take away from any other ones, because all the ones I'm going to mention, I'm going to actually mention in a second, they're all good in their own way. They have certain benefits that maybe the other ones don't have. The bread is the key when it comes down to it. This is great. And I do recommend that the wrap that it came in, you eat from that because the meat will fall out. You want some, plenty of paper towels, napkins, or whatever. I didn't get any napkins from the store. I should have got them. I know they probably would have gave me some. I didn't get a bag when I left. I just took it out as it was. If they gave me a bag, they probably would have put napkins in it. And I just happened to be out of paper towels here. But we'll take care of that later. You know, in some countries, believe it or not, it's a compliment to the chef. As well as when you have soup and you slurp it. That's a welcome thing to do in certain countries. But anyway, let's go back to the steak. Again, this is a mushroom cheesesteak. What you don't want to do when you order a cheesesteak, this is how they'll know you're from out of town. Other than you just saying it. You don't want to go to a place to order a cheesesteak and simply say, I want a cheesesteak. They're going to ask you, what do you want on it? You're probably going to have that look, which I call the out of town look, where you'll be like that. Well, what do you mean? I want a cheesesteak. What do you want on it? Salt, pepper, ketchup. That's, fried onions, if you like onions. You could also, in some places, I believe actually all of them really, you can even have raw onions on it. You don't have to cook it, just regular onions on it. I don't really like it like that, but, to each his own. But you want to let them know what you want to have on it. So kind of go in ahead of time. What do I want on this? They're not going. A lot of stores that you go, this is how you know when you're at a real one. They don't do them big ass, they don't use those big green peppers. You can ask for it in some places and they may do it. If you see it there, they have it, they'll do it. But they don't really do that. They might even get a funny look from you. If you say you want green peppers in it or something like that. It all depends on where you go. Like I said, tourist spots, they'll do it a lot there. Anyway, know what you want when you go in there. So the standard, fried onions, salt, pepper, ketchup. Okay, that's it. If you don't like onions, then it's salt, pepper, ketchup. You want to do the Mike around the town one, you're going to do mushrooms, fried onions, salt, pepper, and ketchup with mayonnaise. That's what you're going to do. You can thank me later. I know there's a lot of people that debate, don't put mayonnaise on it. I'll tell you what you don't want to put on it. Cheese whiz. They put cheese whiz. There's a place, a tourist spot, pretty famous. It's called Geno's. Geno's and Pat's. You can put cheese whiz on your cheesesteak. Some people like it. Some people here in Philly will order a cheesesteak with cheese whiz. I think when they order it with a cheese whiz, you should throw the sandwich at them. You don't order no cheesesteak with no god dang cheese whiz. American cheese, provolone. If you happen to go somewhere where they can give you pepper jack cheese, I would go with that because I really do like pepper jack cheese. But the standard, American cheese or provolone. Hell, if you want to do provolone and American, go right ahead. But that's my recommendation when it comes down to it. Do it again. This is the other half of the small cheesesteak. It's that initial taste when you get into it for some reason. It's like your taste buds just like blow up. I remember when I was in the Navy, I was stationed here in Philly, my first shore duty spot. And I ordered a cheesesteak. I think it was the time it was around the time that I first discovered Gooey Louie's. And I ordered a large. And the guy bet me $5 if I could eat the steak in 3 minutes. Or under 3 minutes. Actually, I think he said 5 and I said 3. I don't know if I could do it today. And it's definitely been longer than that here with the video. But once upon a time, I could wolf this down. This small one, the video will be over with already. I'd have been finished the whole video in 5 minutes. Part of that 5 minutes was me getting up to get something to wipe my hands, wipe my mouth, and saying goodbye. You know. Well, I can't do that no more. My mom used to say, breathe when you're eating. It's so good. Make sure you don't bite, make sure you don't bite your fingers off while you're doing it. And make sure you have your drink of choice too. I wonder, I haven't thought about it in a while, but I wonder if they still make Tahitian treat. Because when I was a young buck, Tahitian treat was my drink of choice with a cheesesteak. Gotta look for that, see if they still sell it. I haven't looked for it in who knows how long. Now, you ain't gonna know what I'm going through right now until you try it yourself. Like I said, thank me later. If you're coming to Philly, passing through, going to New York or something like that from down south, stop in and take your butt to Gooey Louie's. I'm telling you. If you go and get you a cheesesteak and in the future come back again and don't go, you're going to be upset. Whatever reason you were going to where you were going, it's not going to be as good. You're going to be mad that you didn't stop in Philly and get you this cheesesteak. I'm telling you right now. You know, you may think, oh, yeah, okay, you can do that for now because you ain't here. But come on, bring your butt over here. And you'll find out for sure. I'm so confident about these cheesesteaks, and I've only done it once before. But I'll buy you one. Seriously. All jokes aside. I did it before. I had a young guy come through. I told him about the cheesesteaks. And he was like, oh, well, you know, he heard me, but he wasn't really with it. Now, of course, I dropped him off, so I knew where he was. I asked him for his number. I said, I'm going to call you. When I call you, come down. I'm going to have a cheesesteak for you. Gave me his number. I turned off my app. Went to Gooey Louie's. Got him a small. So I'm going to start him off at the small because I didn't know what his eating habits was like. Excuse me. Excuse me for that too. Yeah. But got him a small mushroom cheesesteak. I'm gonna call it the Mike around the town steak. But I got him that steak. He called me up and he thanked me for that steak. Not because I bought it for him. I mean, he already thanked me for that when I gave it to him. We had a little laugh and all that type of stuff, and he went on back into the hotel room. Never saw him again, but he sent me a text message actually, And he just said, hey, man, this is the best cheesesteak I ever had. He said, thanks. He said, if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't even got the cheesesteak. You know, he might have went to a tourist spot. Who knows? But he said he probably wouldn't even got the cheesesteak. Now he's hooked. You know, so you come to Philly, hit me up. Okay? Hit me up. I gave you the email. Check it out. And hit me up. Let me know you in town or you coming to town. We'll make whatever arrangements. And I'll take you. I'll take you. If you call me up, catch me at the right time, of course, because I may or may not be doing something else. But let me know ahead of time. I'll take you to a spot. I won't even charge you. I'll pick you up from the hotels, because one thing about Philly with these hotels and everything, unless you're out in the boondocks somewhere at a hotel, if you're in the Philadelphia area, you're in Philadelphia, you ain't too far from any of these spots. So even if you're far from Gooey Louie, I can take you somewhere else. Just as good. Gooey Louie's is my go-to spot. But you have Pagano's up north, as we call Uptown. You got D'Alessandro. You got, of course, Gooey Louie's. You have Jim's on South Street, which is another kind of tourist spot. But when it comes down to the cheesesteak, you're going to be good on that with them over there. South Street is a big hangout spot for the youngsters. A lot of the college people and teenagers and stuff like that may be hanging down there. Not like it used to be, but it's still one of those spots. But again, that's Jim's down there. But for those who are from Philly, excuse me. That's the good part too about eating it. But anyway, for those of you who are from Philly, what is your favorite cheesesteak spot? Like, for instance, I heard Kevin Hart's spot is Max's. I don't like Max's. That's just me. It's not juicy enough for me at Max's, but people like it. There's another one called Larry's. I heard that was a spot that Kobe Bryant would go to. Now, I only been there once, and that was right when he passed. And they had a little promotion there going on, the Kobe Bryant cheesesteak, which was pretty much a basic cheesesteak. The bread was very soft, but they didn't give you enough meat, basically. What I just had right here, probably, I would say half, and that's being generous, or a quarter of that is what they gave you. So again, the bread was good, and the bread is the main part of it, but it was like eating just bread. It had a little bit of meat in there. Like I didn't show it on this one, but like if I held it up right here, all of this is meat. At Larry's is like a little small piece. I'll say realistically, probably like that. About half of that. It's not a lot. The sandwich you're eating, this one here, you're eating it like this. That one you're eating like this. That's the difference. So let me know, Philly people, which one you like the most and why. Put it in the comments. Make sure, please, that you subscribe. Smash up the likes. The likes is very important because it allows the algorithm to push it forward to other people. Don't cost you nothing. I ain't asking you to cash at me nothing. I'm just saying hit the likes. That's it. Free. Boop. You're done. Also, I would appreciate if you subscribe and hit the notification button. I'm actually right now the notification button is not on there, and I'm gonna try to figure out how to do that. But the subscribe button will be there, so hit that, and that'll let you know when I post a new video. Again, I'm gonna be visiting these other stores, and I'm gonna show the steaks. I'm going to eat the steaks, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. Again, this is my number one. Okay, so that's 5 stars right here. The other ones I haven't really been to. D'Alessandro's has been years since I've been there. Jim's the same thing. It's been a long time since I've been there. Pagano's, I've been there recently. Jim's, I've been there recently. Not too long ago. Pagano's more so. But we're going to go ahead and visit all that. I'm even going to go to Larry's and Max's. Because here's another thing I want to add to it. Though Larry and Max's are not my go-to spots, I'm only going to go there because of the video. But I have to say, And it's important for me that a sandwich is something that you can eat it completely. That means you enjoyed it to some point. It may be something like, okay, well, it's cool, but I'd rather have that. Max's, I would have to get a small, and I would just eat it because I'm hungry. Larry's, I probably would go to before I go to Max's, even though it's less meat. I would go there because at least the taste is better. It's just not a lot in it. It's not a nasty sandwich. Pagano's, Max's is not necessarily a nasty sandwich. It's just a drier sandwich. But again, that's a preference. What you want. This one here, it's called Gooey Louie's for a reason. So it's going to be gooey. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. But it's my spot. It's my spot. I'm so glad that I found it. Pagano's would have been my number one if it wasn't for me finding them. So that's how it goes. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging with me all this time, watching me eat my sandwich. I'm going to do some more. I'll be also doing other types of foodie picks as well. So, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you very much. Love you. Talk to you soon.